Hello, this is Absolute.com, and I'm here to read the terms and conditions of Self Lender. I'm signing off as Self Lender. I'm paying $48 a month, and at the end, I should have $539. So, these are the terms and conditions for Self Lender. This is from Lead Bank, 1801 Main Street, Kansas City, Missouri, 64108. USA Patriot Act Customer Identification Program Notice. Important information you need to know about opening a new account. To help the government fight the funding of terrorism and money laundering activities, federal law requires financial institutions to obtain, verify, and record information that identifies each person who opens an account. Types of information you will need to provide. When you open an account, we are required to collect information such as the following from you: your name, date of birth, address, identification number, U.S. citizen taxpayer identification number, aka Social Security number, non-U.S. citizen, taxpayer identification number, passport number, and country of issuance, alien identification card number, or government issued identification showing nationality, residence, and a photograph of you. You may also need to show your driver's license or other identifying documents. If your identity cannot be verified, we may not be able to open an account for you. We thank you for your patience and hope that you will support the financial industry's efforts to deny terrorists and money launderers access to America's financial system. Lead Bank, 1801 Main Street, Kansas City, Missouri, 64108. Truth and Savings Disclosure for Certificate of Deposit. Fixed rate information. The interest rate on your account is 0.10% with an annual percentage yield, APY, of 0.10%. You will be paid this rate until maturity. Compounding and crediting. Interest will be compounded annually and will be credited to your account annually. The annual percentage yield assumes interest will remain on deposit until maturity. A withdrawal will reduce earnings. If you close your account before interest is credited, you will not receive the accrued interest. If interest is credited to another account, this may reduce earnings and may negate the effect of interest compounding. Minimum balance requirements. You must deposit $539 to open this account. Balance computation method. We use the daily balance method to calculate interest on your account. This method applies a daily periodic rate to the principal in the account each day. Accrue on non-cash deposits. Interest begins to accrue on the business day you deposit non-cash items. For example, checks. Fees and charges. See the service fee schedule for a list of other fees. At our discretion, we may change the fees on this account. Transaction limitations. You may not make deposits into your account until the maturity date. You may not make withdrawals from your account until the maturity date. Maturity date. Your account will mature on 6/18/2021. Early withdrawal provisions. Withdrawals made prior to maturity will be assessed a penalty of 90 days interest. If the account closes before interest is credited to the account, you will not receive the interest, which may result in a loss of principal due to penalty. Renewal policies. Your account will not be automatically renewed at maturity, and no additional interest will be paid to you if we continue to hold your funds after maturity. If, at the time your account matures, you have a Visa secured credit card account issued by Lead Bank, your funds will be transferred to the security account associated with your secured credit card account. If you do not have a Visa secured credit card account at maturity, then your funds will be paid to you in the manner you elected at the time you established your account, unless you later change your election to have your funds paid to you by another method permitted by us. Terms and conditions. Certificate of deposit. Agreement. This document, along with your truth and savings disclosure for certificate of deposit, account selection form, fee schedule, certificate receipt, privacy notice, and other disclosures provided to you constitute our agreement with you regarding your certificate of deposit account. You have agreed to keep the funds on deposit until maturity. If your account has not matured, any withdrawal of all or part of the funds from your account may result in an early withdrawal penalty. We will consider requests for early withdrawal, and if granted, the penalty provided in the truth and savings disclosure for certificate of deposit will apply. Penalty. The early withdrawal penalty is calculated as a forfeiture of part of the accrued interest that has or would be earned on the account. If your account has not yet earned enough interest so that the penalty can be deducted from earned interest, or if the interest has already been paid, the difference will be deducted from the principal amount of your account. Exceptions. We may let you withdraw money from your account before the maturity date without an early withdrawal penalty when one or more owners on the account dies or is determined legally incompetent by a court or other administrative body of competent jurisdiction. Right of set-off. Subject to applicable law, we may exercise our right of set-off that we are entitled to exercise under common law, under this agreement, and under statute or security interest to recover amounts you owe us from any and all accounts you maintain with us without notice to you, except that this provision does not apply to any IRA, co-plan, KEOGH plan, certain trust accounts, but excluding Totten trust accounts or health savings accounts. We may exercise our right of set-off for any liability or debt of any of you or any exercise our right, whether joint or individual, whether direct or contingent, whether now or hereafter existing, and whether arising from overdrafts, endorsements, guarantees, loans, attachments, garnishments, levies, attorney's fees, or other obligations. Notice of amendments. You agree that from time to time we may amend the terms and conditions of this agreement, including without limitation all rates, fees, and charges to the extent permitted by law. We will notify you of amendments as required by law. Fees and charges. We may impose fees as disclosed in the service fee schedule, which may be amended from time to time as described above. Payment of interest. Interest will be compounded annually and will be credited to your account annually. Please see your truth and savings disclosures for the current rate and policies. Additional deposits. You may not make additional deposits to your account. Lead Bank, 1801 Main Street, Kansas City, Missouri, 64108. Truth and savings disclosure. Lead on savings account. Date 6/18/20. The interest rate and annual percentage yield stated below are accurate as of the date printed above. If you would like more current rate and yield information, please call us at 816-220-8600. This disclosure contains the rules which govern your deposit account. Unless it would be inconsistent to do so, words and phrases used in this disclosure should be construed so that the singular includes the plural and the plural includes the singular. We reserve the right at any time to require not less than 7 days' notice before any withdrawal from an interest-bearing account. Variable rate information. The interest rate on your account is 0.10% with an annual percentage yield APY of 0.10%. Your interest rate and annual percentage yield may change. At our discretion, we may change the interest for your account at any time. Compounding and crediting. Interest will be compounded daily and will be credited to your account on the last day of the month. A minimum balance requirements. A minimum deposit of at least $25 is required to open this account. You must maintain a minimum balance of $25 in the account each day, or a fee of $5 per month will be charged. Balance computation method. We use the daily balance method to calculate interest on your account. This method applies a daily periodic rate to the principal in the account each day. Accrual on non-cash deposits. Interest begins to accrue on the business day you deposit non-cash items. For example, checks. Fees and charges. See additional fee schedule for a list of other fees. At our discretion, we may change the fees on this account. Transaction limitations. Withdrawals are limited to the following two options: automatic clearinghouse credit to a checking or savings account you own at Lead Bank or another bank. 2. A physical check payable to the account owner mailed to the account owner. You may request up to 6 withdrawals from your account per month without incurring additional fees, but only 1 withdrawal per month may be distributed to you by check without incurring additional fees. You may make additional withdrawals, but there will be a fee of $5 for each additional withdrawal after the first 6 withdrawals per month, and there will be a fee of $2 for each additional withdrawal by check per month after the first check withdrawal. Effect of closing account. You will not receive the accrued interest if you close your account before interest is credited. Terms and conditions. Lead on savings account. Agreement. This a document along with your truth and savings disclosure for Lead the Way savings account, account selection form, fee schedule, privacy notice, and other disclosures provided to you constitute our agreement with you regarding your account. This document is subject to applicable federal laws, the laws of the state of Missouri, and other applicable rules such as the operating letters of the Federal Reserve Banks and payment processing system rules, except to the extent that this document can and does vary such rules or laws. You agree to the terms of this account and our fee schedule. You authorize us to deduct these charges without notice to you directly from the account balance as accrued. You will pay any additional reasonable charges for services you request which are not covered by this document. Joint owners. If this account is in the name of 2 or more persons, this account is a joint account with survivorship and not as tenancy by the entirety or as tenants in common. Each of you intend that when you die, the balance in the account will belong to the survivors. Generally, unless clearly indicated otherwise on the account records, any of you acting alone who signed to open the account or has authority to make withdrawals may withdraw or transfer all or any part of the account balance at any time. Each of you, until we receive written notice to the contrary, authorizes each other person who signs or has authority to make withdrawals to endorse any item payable to you or your order for deposits to this account or any other transaction with us. Each of you also agrees to be jointly and severally, individually, liable for any account shortage resulting from charges or overdrafts, whether caused by your or another with access to this account. Right of set off. Subject to applicable law, we may exercise our right of set off that we are entitled to and under statute to recover amounts you owe us from any and all accounts you maintain with us, without notice to you, except that this provision does not apply to any IRA, co-plan, certain trust accounts, but excluding Totten trust accounts or health savings accounts. We may exercise our right of set off for any liability or debt of any of you, whether joint or individual, whether direct or contingent, whether now or hereafter existing, and whether arising from overdrafts, endorsements, guarantees, loans, attachments, garnishments, levies, attorney's fees, or other obligations. Notice of amendments. You agree that from time to time we may amend the terms and conditions of this agreement, including without limitation all rates, fees, and charges to the extent permitted by law. We will notify you of amendments as required by law. Fees and charges. We may impose fees as disclosed in our fee schedule, which may be amended from time to time as described above. Payment of interest. Interest will be compounded daily and will be credited to your account on the last day of the month. Please see your Truth in Savings disclosure for the current rate and policies. Additional deposits. You may make additional deposits to your account. We will give only provisional credit until collection is final for any item other than cash we accept for deposit, including items drawn on us. Before settlement of any item becomes final, we act only as your agent, regardless of the form of endorsement or lack of endorsement on the item, and even though we provide you provisional credit for the item, we may reverse any provisional credit for the items that are lost, stolen, or returned. We are not responsible for transactions by mail or outside depository until we actually record them. We will treat and record all transactions received after our daily cutoff time on a business day we are open or received on a day we are not open for business, as if initiated on the next business day that we are open. Notice of withdrawal. We reserve the right to require not less than 7 days' notice in writing before each withdrawal from an interest-bearing account other than a time deposit or from any other savings account as defined by Regulation D. The law requires us to reserve this right, but it's not our general policy to use it. ACH transfers. If you originate an ACH fund transfer and you identify by name and number a beneficiary financial institution, an intermediary financial institution, or a beneficiary, we and every receiving or beneficiary financial institution may rely on the identifying number to make payment. We may rely on the number even if it identifies a financial institution, person, or account other than the one named. You agree to be bound by Automated Clearinghouse Association rules. These rules provide, among other things, that payments made to you or originated by you are provisional until final settlement is made through a Federal Reserve Bank or payment is otherwise made as provided in Article 4A-403, A of the Uniform Commercial Code. If we do not receive such payment, we are entitled to a refund from you in the amount credited to your account, and the party originating such payment will not be considered to have paid the amount so credited. If we receive a payment order to credit an account you have with us by ACH, we are not required to give you any notice of the payment order or credit. Security. It is your responsibility to protect the account numbers and electronic access devices we provide for your account, if any. Do not discuss, compare, or share information about your account numbers with anyone unless you are willing to give them full use of your money. An account number can be used by thieves to encode your number on a false demand draft, which looks like and functions like an authorized check. If you furnish your access device and grant actual authority to make transfers to another person, a family member or coworker, for example, who then exceeds that authority, you are liable for the transfers unless we have been notified that transfers by that person are no longer authorized. Your account number can also be used to electronically remove money from your account. If you provide your account number in response to a telephone solicitation for the purpose of making a transfer to purchase a service or merchandise, for example, payment can be made from your account, even though you did not contact us directly and order the payment. Your liability for unauthorized use. You are responsible for keeping your password and account information secret. If you allow others to access your account, you are responsible for any transactions they authorize from your account. Contact us at once if you believe your password has been lost, stolen, used without your authorization, or otherwise compromised, or if someone has transferred or may transfer money from your accounts without your permission. Telephoning is the best way of keeping your possible losses down. You could lose all the money in your account. If you do not tell us within 60 days after the statement containing an authorized transaction was sent to you, you may lose any amount transferred without your authorization if we can prove that we could have stopped someone from making the authorized transfer if you had told us on time. If a good reason, such as a long trip or a hospital stay, prevented you from telling us, we may extend the period. Error resolution. In case of errors or questions about your electronic transactions, contact us by telephone at 877-883-0999 or email us at help@self.inc as soon as you can. If you think your statement is wrong or if you need more information about an electronic transaction listed in the statement, we must hear from you no later than 60 days after we sent the first statement on which the problem or error appeared. You must 1. Tell us your name and account number. 2. Describe the electronic transaction you are unsure about and explain why you believe an error has occurred or why you need more information. And 3. Tell us the dollar amount of the suspected error. If you tell us early, we may require that you send your complaint or question in writing within 10 business days. We will communicate to you the results of our investigation within 10 business days after you contact us and will correct any error promptly. If we need more time, however, we may take up to 45 days to investigate your complaint or question. If we decide to do this, we will provisionally credit your account within 10 business days for the amount you think is in error, so that you will have the use of your money during the time it takes us to complete our investigation. If we ask you to put your complaint or question in writing and we do not receive it within 10 business days, we may not provisionally credit your account. If you are a new customer, for electronic funds transfers occurring during the first 30 days after the first deposit is made to your account, we may take up to 90 days to investigate your complaint or question, and we may take up to 20 business days to provisionally credit your account for the amount you think is in error. We will tell you the results within 3 business days after completing our investigation. If we decide that there was no error, we will send you a written explanation. You may ask for copies of the documents that we used in our investigation. Revised April 15, 2019. Facts. What does Lead Bank do with your personal information? Why? Financial companies choose how they share your personal information. Federal law gives consumers the right to limit some, but not all, sharing. Federal law also requires us to tell you how we collect, share, and protect your personal information. Please read this notice carefully to understand what we do. What? The types of personal information we collect and share depend on the product or service you have with us. The information can include social security number and income, account balances and payment history, credit history, and credit scores. When you are no longer our customer, we continue to share your information as described in this notice. How? All financial companies need to share customers' personal information to run their everyday business. In the section below, we list the reasons financial companies can share their customers' personal information, the reasons Lead Bank chooses to share, and whether you can limit this sharing. Reasons we can share your personal information: for our everyday business purposes, such as to process your transactions, maintain your accounts, respond to court orders and legal investigations, or report to credit bureaus. Does Lead Bank share? Yes. Can you limit this sharing? No. For our marketing purposes, to offer our products and services to you. Does Lead Bank share? Yes. Can you limit this sharing? No. For joint marketing with other financial companies. Does Lead Bank share? Yes. Can you limit this sharing? No. Reasons we can share your personal information: for our affiliates' everyday business purposes, information about your transactions and experiences. Does Lead Bank share? No. Can you limit this sharing? We don't share. Reasons we can share your personal information: for our affiliates' everyday business purposes, information about your transactions and experiences. Does Lead Bank share? No. Can you limit this sharing? We don't share. Reasons we can share your personal information: for non-affiliates to market to you. Does Lead Bank share? No. Can you limit this sharing? We don't share. For questions, call 816-220-8600 or 866-845-9545 or go to www.lead.bank. BANK. Page 2. Who we are. Who is providing this notice? Lead Bank. What we do. How does Lead Bank protect my personal information? To protect your personal information from unauthorized access and use, we use security measures that comply with federal law. These measures include computer safeguards and secured files and buildings. How does Lead Bank collect my personal information? We collect your personal information, for example, when you apply for a loan or open an account, show your government-issued ID or use your credit or debit card, provide employment information. We also collect your personal information from other companies. Why can't I limit all sharing? Federal law gives you the right to limit only sharing for affiliates, everyday business purposes, information about your credit worthiness, affiliates from using your information to market to you, and sharing for non-affiliates to market to you. State laws and individual companies may give you additional rights to limit sharing. Definitions. Affiliates. Companies related by common ownership or control. They can be financial and non-financial companies. Our affiliates include others such as Lead Financial Group, Inc. and LB Real Estate Holdings, LLC. Non-affiliates. Companies not related by common ownership or control. They can be financial and non-financial companies. Lead Bank does not share with non-affiliates, so they can market to you. Joint marketing. A formal agreement between non-affiliate financial companies that together market financial products or services to you, which is third-party financial service providers. Other important information. Lead Bank is chartered under the laws of the state of Missouri and is subject to regulatory oversight by the FDIC. Any consumer wishing to file a complaint against Lead Bank should contact the FDIC through one of the following means: in person, by U.S. mail, 1100 Walnut Street, Suite 2100, Kansas City, Missouri, 64106. By telephone, 800-209-7459, or online at https://ask.fdic.gov//FDIC Customer Assistance Form. Lead Bank service fees, effective as of April 1st, 2019. Stop payment, $25. Night drop zipper bag, $5. Money orders, $4. Cashier's checks, $6. Foreign ATM charge for clients, $2. Non-client ATM fee, $3. Account transfer, per transfer via phone, $2. Automatic overdraft sweep, $10. Replacement of lost, stolen debit, credit card, personalized debit or credit card, $20. Personalized debit or credit card, $10. Account research, $25 an hour. SDB 3x5, $20 annually. SDB 5x5, $30 annually. SDB 3x10, $40 annually. SDB 5x10, $60 annually. SDB 4.5x10, $50 annually. SDB 10x10, $80 annually. SDB drilling, $125. SDB key replacement, $25. SDB late fee, $10. Deposited item return fee, $9. Redeposit returned item fee, $5.50. Incoming wire, $15. International incoming wire, $50. Person-to-person transfer via online banking, free. Dormant fee, checking, $5 a month after 1 year. NSF, item paid or returned, $30. Continuous daily overdraft fee, $3. Foreign item processing, $2.50. Collection, $30. Foreign item collection, $40. Canadian collection, $10. Draft collection fee, $40. Amortization schedule, $10. Copy, $1 each. Effects, $5. Garnishment levy, $20. Return statement, $5. Statement printout, $5. Activity printout, $3. Account deposit with debit or credit card, $15. Counter check, 50 cents. Verification of deposit, $15. Outgoing wire, $33. International outgoing wire, $69. Returned outgoing wire, $18. Dormant fee, MMDA and savings, $5 a month after 3 years. Prices effective as of April 1st, 2019 and are subject to change at any time. Truth in lending disclosures. Annual percentage rate. The cost of your credit as a yearly rate, 15.65%. Finance charge. The dollar amount the credit will cost you, $46. Amount finance. The amount of credit provided to you on your behalf, $530. Total of payments. The amount you will have paid after you have made all payments as scheduled, $576. Payment schedule. Your payment schedule. Number of payments, 12. Amount of payments, $48. When payments are due, monthly beginning on July 18th, 2020. Security. A security interest is being given in a certificate of deposit held at Lead Bank. Required deposit disclosure. The annual percentage rate does not take into account your required deposit. Late charge. If a payment is 15 days or more late, you will be charged 5% of the payment amount, max $50. Prepayment. If you pay off early, you will not have to pay a penalty. You should look at your contract documents for any additional information about non-payment, default, any required repayment in full before the scheduled date, and prepayment refunds. Amount finance itemization. Funds credited to certificate of deposit, $539. Note principal, $539. Prepaid finance charges. Administrative fee, $9. Amount financed, $530. Backup withholding, FATCA, and beneficiary. Backup withholding. I am not subject to backup withholding either because I have not been notified that I am subject to backup withholding as a result of failure to report all interest or dividends, or the Internal Revenue Service has notified me that I am no longer subject to backup withholding. I am an exempt recipient under the Internal Revenue Service regulations. FATCA code. The FATCA code entered in this form, if any, indicating that I am exempt from FATCA reporting is correct. Beneficiary. This account will follow the rules of my will or intestacy. I will designate the beneficiary of this account separately from my will. I verify the above information is correct, and I agree to all above terms, conditions, and disclosures. Self-lender terms and conditions.